2, 1, let's go.
All right. Welcome back to another week.
Welcome back to
another Sunday for you. YTG episode, 14, 15, something like that.
It can't be, can it?
Yeah,
14, 15 already.
Something
I think we've got
like that.
20 people.
Maybe it's 13.
So
I
a
can't
viewer
even...
per episode.
20 people.
One viewer per episode. That's good.
Yeah, 20 fans. Thank you for you 20 fans. We love it.
And we've
It's
got
awesome.
his parents on board this time.
Okay, so
now.
maybe 22 or 3.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's all good. As long as those 23 like what we do, that's all that matters. Anyways.
Exactly right.
Anyways.
So Liam is back. Obviously, we record back-to-back episodes. So
Yeah.
Liam is here again. Again, still no translator, but we'll make it work.
A double translation this time.
Yes.
I'll translate what he's saying and he can translate what I'm saying. Yeah.
So we also have our other resident Kiwi racing driver,
Yes.
Will Kitching. How are you?
Good.
Welcome.
It's finally good to finally be here.
Yes. We've been planning this podcast for a while.
Yeah, so obviously Liam, as you know, flew in this morning, but he flew in with Will and his old man, and who's crashed out on the couch.
It's been a long day
It's
for
been
him.
a long day for the guys. It's a long
Yeah.
day for us, fucking let alone them, poor guys. They've been up early. But in saying it, we wanted to get Will over here because obviously, as we mentioned, that we're now sponsoring, or we were sponsoring, and now we're going to get even more behind Will for the start of the new season at the end of the year. He's just come off winning. He's an absolute legend, fucking champion. He's got a long way to go. So much future in front of him. He's already achieved so much. So, yeah, we were grateful to have him on board. And so, yeah, he's got a bit to talk about. And he's our third driver. I can't believe it. Fuck, we're going to have almost our race team. Just need to have money. Yeah, so we've got now James, Maddox, and Will. So we've got 2 here and 1 across the pond in New Zealand. Welcome, brother.
Thanks.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, it's much appreciated all you guys do for me. It's been a good season so far. Well, end of season.
Yeah.
And it's good that you guys are on board for it.
No, mate, we're excited. Like I said, mate, we're grateful for the opportunity, and mate, you kicked ass. And I was fortunate, was able to when I went to New Zealand in, was that November or December? I went there?
November, December round Invercargill, but very bottom south, way far down.
Yeah, that's what we went to.
2 translators there, one to translate them to the translator that I can understand.
Yeah, they were pretty different. Anyway, so yeah, we went down. I was fortunate, I was there during a particular race meet, so we went down in support, and of course he won and kicked ass, and then like I said, won the season, and awesome, mate. We're looking forward to getting behind you, and champion, and so thank you for being here. I know you guys are absolutely wrecked. So yeah. So how'd you find overall? How'd you find?
Well, hold on. Let's backtrack a bit.
I was about to say, what's he driving?
We know what he's racing, but none of the audience does. So would you like to introduce us to what you do?
Right. From New Zealand, I race in a class called
what is it?
Nanking Mazda Pro 8 South Island.
Well done.
Yeah, forgot it for a second.
It's a mouthful, that one.
It's the first season for me running in that class, and it's a new car to me. Rear-wheel drive RX-8, so...
But Mazda RX-8 rotaries.
Yep.
Yeah. So, stock
Controlled.
How is it? Are they modified? How quick are they?
It's basically stock with the engine stock.
Okay.
Other than that, just suspension, tyres, and away you go, sort of thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's a fairly affordable sort of racing class.
Yeah, I think that's what they aspire to be.
Yeah, okay. Well, no racing is affordable, but...
I think they've hit the nail on the head, I think. Like the limited...
a lot of other series, fuck.
Yeah, the limited modifications, really. You buy an RX-8, a 6-speed, 6-port manual car as your base. You put some brake pads in it. You put some rotors in it, maybe some...
Are they running the standard
pads.
brakes or just different pads?
Standard brakes, different
pads.
pads.
Not changing the brake calipers, nothing.
Yeah,
So standard
nothing.
brakes, different pads.
Yeah. And there's some things you could obviously got to cage it, safety equipment.
Yeah.
Awesome racing livery as always. You know, Will's got one of the best ones out there.
Yeah, it looks great.
Especially with us on the car.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
You can
more so too.
Aero, you can do a wing and a front bumper option, and it's so limited.
Yeah. Doesn't do anything, but
it doesn't do anything.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Looks good.
Yeah, car looks grouse. Yeah. But it's such a good series they've created to the point now where the entries are 30 plus around, really, aren't they? The top and
Pretty close racing.
No, for such a quote unquote small country, that's amazing.
Brother,
numbers.
I told you, man. The car culture's fucking grouse in New Zealand,
and it's so
man.
competitive.
And the racing there's awesome. I mean, like you can. It's not like here, brother. It's so fucking much bureaucracy bullshit. Now we can fucking buy a cheap shitter, go to a track, pay your money, put a helmet on,
Just drive.
and
That's
just go
awesome.
out there and put laps on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like just go out and enjoy it. You don't have to fucking be anything special, but you can just do it. The accessibility and the price point of entry can be minimal. And you can have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go racing competition, but you can just go like your track days. Okay, granted, you have your Winton Open Day, whatever it is, for Wednesdays, that sort of shit. But it's a bit different. I don't know. It's fucking over there. It's different. So, yeah, awesome. So
So the series is sponsored by Nankang. Does that mean it's a controlled Nankang tyre?
Yep. AR1 then.
I love AR1s.
Yeah.
And
so
then, so they're pretty limited on size too. 2, 4, 5, 45, 18.
Yep.
Yep.
245s, okay.
Yeah, so
cool.
they're a good tyre for that, but you run out of tyre sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, I find that I found a good 2/10 when they were actually half worn. When
Oh,
I was sort
really?
of getting down to like looking like a slick sort of thing. So yeah, at I think the second or third round, we put new tyres on. We found that they're actually slower than the ones that actually did 2 rounds
they were
before.
worn in a
Wow.
bit. Yeah.
So we use that as an advantage, but not sure if the other competitors caught on to that or not.
Well, they will now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well,
I don't
tell them the
think it'll
you
make-
won the championship, so
Don't make a difference.
So how many rounds? How does it all work?
There's 5 rounds, all tracks in the South Island. So we go to Levels twice, which is Timaru, Ruapuna once, Highlands, which is Cromwell, and Tiratonga and Invercargill.
Where did you just finish it at?
Ruapuna.
Yeah, Ruapuna.
That was what, last week?
Yeah.
No, the week, yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
last week.
Yeah.
3-4 days ago.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck, I lost track of day. Fuck, tomorrow's Friday, isn't it?
Too much going
Sunday.
on. Too much. The day's just rolling.
I think it's Thursday. Is it Thursday? Oh, it's probably about to take over to Friday.
I was going to say it's Friday. Yeah, fuck.
It's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday in New Zealand.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're on Friday.
Yeah, we're on Friday. Welcome to Friday Night Live.
So now, how long is the break now between the seasons before you start again? September, was it? You would
Yeah, I
say?
think around September.
And then it goes through again into
Yeah, usually the same
same
dates
period.
as...
So yeah, into March, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should run about at the same
So-
time, March, April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, 5 or 6 heat rounds. No,
5, yeah.
5 rounds. Yeah.
Yeah. They also have their own class in the SURDEC, which is South Island Endurance Series, which a lot of the competitors will come out for that as well.
Did you did that? No.
I'll do it this year.
You'll do it this year. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Once I fix the car.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, we'll talk about
we'll
that
get to
soon.
that,
So,
yeah.
so let's start at the start of the season because obviously you won this season's championship. So walk us through it from round 1. How did everything sort of play out?
Well, it was sort of had no idea what was actually going to happen. I mean, it was just came out, new series, hoping that I could give it a good run because the season before in Formula Ford had a bit of a mare. Didn't really have that much fun, actually. It's quite expensive.
Really?
Yeah, had probably 6 rounds and only finished 2 of them.
Oh
Yeah,
really?
you got
Jesus.
dealt an unfortunate card with a lease car that just wasn't as
Just
as
mechanical
reliable.
faults
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was quite excited to get back into it in a car that people say was reliable and was.
Was yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So round 1 Levels, home track. I've done many laps around there. So I'm in test day the Friday before. Didn't really know what to expect, but look, I was top of the charts, so
Yeah.
gave me a
cool.
big confidence boost for going into the weekend.
Yeah, nice.
I can't remember the results exactly, but I won that whole round as well. So
I
Doesn't
think
matter, mate.
your
You won the
results,
fucking championship.
your
That's all that
results are
fucking matters, mate. Who gives a fuck? You won it, mate.
Yeah,
That's
over
it,
the 5
champion.
rounds, it was practically a carbon copy. It was either like fastest or in the top 3 in the testings on the Friday, and it was in the top 3 in the qualifyings. And then if every round was a carbon copy of another, he'd either come away with the fastest lap of the weekend award, and then the fastest rookie, and then the fastest overall. And it was just like, I think Dad run out of glass for the cabinet trophy, or the trophy cabinet. And I think they're just stockpiled in the laundry. Like, it must be awards everywhere.
Champion.
yeah, and what was the round after that? Invercargill.
Invercargill was
Yeah.
round 2, yep.
Yes.
And that's the one we were able to get Sean over for.
Right.
And it
Was
was
that one? That was that one. Was that in
It was a combination of pissing down, windy, and 25 degrees in one day.
Wrong clothing, fucking freezing up. fucking asses off. It was
We
just,
would drown rats.
mate, we were trying to find a dry area which there didn't exist, trying to find an area which wasn't windy.
No cover, no warmth.
Mate, it was
Sean was at the end of the day in a borrowed in your dad's ute, just heater on, seat
Mate,
heater on,
I can't
curled
do
up
this.
in the corner.
Can't do this anymore, man. I just sat in the fucking
Mate, it changed
ute.
colour. Like
mate,
he'd gone pink.
I went pink. I went pink, mate. I went blue. Fuck, that was cold. That was cold. But yeah, no, it was awesome to get down there and see it. It was great. It's close racing. Very close racing.
Yeah, so how
not really
how
close for
competitive
you
is
because
it?
you fucking just kicked
Very.
ass. But
Very?
it's close for the rest of the blokes.
I mean, some rounds, top 10 cars within the whole second of each other. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
pretty
close
good,
racing, man.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's everyone.
And you're the youngest in the field, aren't you?
Yep, there's another kid who's the same age as me, but
Okay.
he didn't complete the whole series. He's just
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Because from what I could see, yeah, you were pretty much by far the
Yeah.
youngest. They were all, obviously a lot older. There was no one that he could see looked a bit in between. It was like you and then the fucking rest of these older blokes. You know what I mean? So it was grouse.
And on that note, talking about age, how old are you?
16.
And
Yeah.
how old were you when you got in a race car at an official race event?
12.
12.
it's
There we
huge.
go. Yeah.
Crazy.
Huge,
4
like
years,
Maddox.
and he's come a long
Huge.
way. Just
That actually, yeah, for 4 years.
learning
fucking
curve's
oath,
been
mate.
like this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
nuts.
It's been an adventure.
Yeah, we're starting off in what'd you start off in?
I started off in a 2K Cup car, which is a Honda CRX that I had. Well, 2K Cup comes under many different cars.
The Del Sol?
Yep.
The blue car, yep.
Yeah, I had.
I'll just let everyone know about this 2K because not everyone fucking knows about it. We don't have that shit here,
Oh,
man.
do you want me to run down the 2K?
Just go briefly
So,
because
is
this
it
is
like
what I was saying
nuggets
before.
or-
no, nuggets,
Brother,
but
this is what I was
nuggets.
saying before in terms of accessibility to have fun in motorsport.
So
Right.
the idea behind 2K Cup is in the name is that you were able, there was an eligibility criteria for certain age cars. Couldn't be turbo, couldn't be full drive, could be automatic or manual. Had to be under a certain CC.
2 litre.
Yeah, under 2 litre. You had to purchase it for under $2,000 as a running car effectively. And you could add your safety equipment from there.
Yeah.
But you could run the car as you bought it at a meeting.
No cage.
No cage, no seat, no belts, and when the class first started out, you were able to run without overalls. You could run cotton, pretty much workman's overalls, runners, and providing you had a helmet that met
Brother,
the safety
I'm
of a
telling
bicycle.
You have no idea.
The rules have firmed up a bit since then.
but still.
The rules firmed up after a really gnarly accident with a
Yeah,
car that
okay.
only had had a half cage in it,
Half
didn't it?
cage, yeah.
And it was that Corolla did not look. It looked a bit like someone had taken some tin foil and scrunched it up and
Yeah.
kind of thrown it out and made it look like a car.
Yep.
But 2K Cup, great grassroots feeder
Yeah,
into
man,
motorsport.
it's cool.
But all the cars for some reason, but there's only about 5 choices that you could get to be eligible at the time that fitted the age criteria and specs. But the racing was so close.
So hold on. So
man.
that rule set sounds a lot like Lemons or Le Mans, but that's a fun party thing. Like they dress up.
This is serious.
Competitive.
So this is
serious?
competitive. Like they
Yeah.
came in, there's a controlled tyre, which is a Dunlop Dureza Z2 or Z3 now,
Yep.
and a controlled size effectively, kind of 195 50 15. Controlled wheel size, maximum wheel size they gave you. Standard brakes, you just put pads in. Couldn't
Yep.
do slotted rotors. Could do stainless. You could do nothing. You even pretty much had to run a full interior. And most of the cars are still road registered and
Yeah,
stick
okay.
it up ready to go.
Yeah.
You
But
could draw-
it's serious beans. Everyone's.
Oh man, like the South Island series would get full. You'd be on the waiting list. Full grids
Wow.
of 40 cars. In fact, it got to a point where it was this successful pre-COVID that they were running 2 separate grids,
Blue and red.
blue and red. And then in the North Island, they were getting 180 entries per round, running 4 or 5 split grids. Like it became a major class in New Zealand because of the huge affordability, but it
Yeah,
became
man.
a father-son project or a
Yeah.
family project. You know, you could have a ready race car with safety gear and equipment and everything for $6 or $7 grand.
That's
Come on, man.
unreal.
That's
And you can
seriously.
drive it
That's
to the
so
track,
good.
and if you don't bin it, you drive it home.
Does it still exist?
Yeah, it's getting a bit more expensive because people, you know, there are guys that came out that had a bit of tin that went, oh, we'll blueprint a factory engine and we'll make it mint and we'll make it fast.
Yeah.
And we'll do the best of this and the best of that. And it blew out of proportion. But there are still people out there, like a really good name, for example, Michael Gunstone runs a Honda Tornado,
Yeah.
like a 4-door sedan. It's a tank. and the thing blitzes everyone. He goes out there and he drives the thing to work and drives it home from work.
But see, this is the shit that I wanted. Like, once
Like,
we get base settled and all that.
unbelievable.
Can we get one over
what
there?
one? We're going to buy a couple.
no.
We're going to have like a YTG
Go
crew.
racing.
Yeah.
We're just going to have fucking fun and we're
Yes.
just going to do it. But that's what I mean. It's not crazy. Like, instead of going buying one decent half track car for fucking, say, 60 grand,
Well, I
we'll buy
think-
fucking a few of them and have a bit of ball, mate.
I
Just
think,
laugh.
based on recent events that we'll talk about in this podcast, I think our intention is probably to build a spare Pro 8 car.
Yeah, that's
just in case, because we probably did need it in the weekend.
Yeah.
But good fun for the likes of you guys. You come
Yeah,
over, we
come-
take you to the track, we get you an M Sport license, which is a 2-hour test,
Yeah.
which you'll pass if you've got eyeballs and arms
Yeah.
and legs, and
Yeah.
and you're
Written-
out driving
written test
210
Take
k's.
about 10 minutes.
10-minute
easy.
test
Yeah.
and $120 for half a day's testing, and
Yeah.
you just go and it's
And we just take it out there
fun.
and just fang it all day
Epic.
and just
all day fang it and have
chipping,
fun.
easier than going to Winton.
Yeah,
Less
yeah.
bullshit.
And
Yeah.
And just
the best part about
awesome,
it
mate.
is Ruapuna International Speedway, or now Euromark Motorsport Park, is 7 minutes in traffic from where we're located.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah, man. So there's a lot of cool shit we're going to be doing, man.
Ha.
It's going to be grouse. And we can do a lot more of it there than we can here.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, there's fucking so much more over there we can
Yeah.
do that we can't
More
do
accessible, more affordable,
here.
less
man.
red tape.
Yeah, man. Just how it should
And
be.
the culture
yeah,
is
man.
unbelievable.
They are very fucking clicky over there with their cars, and they're really, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. You have to go there to experience it. Even at the fucking big ones, when we went to Hampton Downs, when we went to Highlands.
Nah,
Did you ca-
Highlands, the inaugural 101 we went to with the Audi.
Yeah,
R8,
oh,
Audi
the
GT3.
GT3.
And then when
GT3.
IMS were racing, and that's when Whitaker was there and all that, and they had the
Yeah.
report, and then we're catching up with them, and that's when we went to the museum. Like, even there, it was just awesome, man. No, it's great. So, yeah, that's what, again, not to diverse as we always fucking do. We wanted to explain to you because you didn't realise what it was, but that's what the 2K racing is.
But
Continue,
yeah,
please.
so going back to Will, sorry, that was the 2K Cup,
Yeah.
but that's where you got your start.
Yeah. And then I think I tagged on through halfway through the season. So I did about 2 or 3 rounds in, and I tried to do the whole next season, but then I at the truck meet, the big one of the year at Levels, I did quite well, and I impressed some people and got a drive in Formula Ford. So yeah, I did try
And
that.
that's also the same meeting that you put the clutch or the gearbox in that Del Sol into quite a few pieces. Is that same meeting?
No, it's the one after.
The one after.
Forgot about that.
I remember
That's
that quite
pretty
well.
impressive to go straight into a big jump to go straight into a Formula
Yeah.
Ford. So it was the Formula Ford your first time driving a proper race car.
Yep.
What was that like?
Different. I spun it a lot of times through a lot of test days.
Sure.
But I got used to it. I finished off that season. I think there was only 2 rounds left at one of the national ones, or one of the big ones. Can't remember what it was. I qualified for the top 20 drivers out of 60 or 70s, and for my first time in an open wheeler.
Fucking oath, huge.
So yeah, and then decided to lease the other Formula Ford for the 21-22 season, and that didn't go quite to plan. But yeah,
But you've had a lot of opportunity in between the 2K Cup. Me, obviously, knowing kind of what your background is, opposed to people watching. But I think a lot of things definitely got accelerated when your dad's had his Honda Civic, which was quite a fastly modified K20. They have a K20 in it?
B18.
B18C, sorry, Honda Civic. That went quite well, and I think things escalated quickly for Will in terms of his direction when he started going quicker in his dad's car than his dad was going.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think at that point that car got sold, didn't it?
Yeah.
Might put a few hurt feelings there, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, to also fund the other car that I may or may not have crashed.
Yes. Yeah, what was that? What tell us about that one. What was the car you progressed into kind of in between Formula Ford and where you are now?
So after Formula 4, we sort of looked at what we could do next, maybe toying with the idea of Toyota 86, which is obviously quite a big, expensive step.
Yeah.
Once we got the car, Rod McElray back in Christchurch was really good at. He lent us the prototype 86 car, the original 86 race car that they made.
Oh, wow.
And so we had that for a few months. Did a test day, the first test day. My rookie driving at the time, decided to go out on semi-slicks with a traction control problem that I thought I could drive around, and it started raining, and it came on the front straight, and man, might not have binned it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
turned into a bit of a pinball machine.
Yeah.
It just kept bouncing
off the
and
walls.
bouncing,
Yeah.
turning and bouncing.
So we obviously decided to buy that car,
Yeah.
and we fixed
you own
it.
it?
Well, we, actually-
Yeah.
we fixed it the day after, so it wasn't too bad.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So I just destroyed a bumper, headlight, and a few control arms.
Oh, okay.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, it was
just,
pretty crooked. It looked bad, didn't it? But it
Yeah.
It was just the Toyota parts making it expensive.
Mm.
And then I think that season we wanted to do the 3-hour endurance race with Dad and his Civic, which went well for the first two rounds, and then we had an overheating issue at the last round, I think, or the second last round, and then which we realised that we didn't have another car, but we did. It was just at the panel beaters at the time,
Yeah.
and so then we just took that out, put some duct tape on it, and away you go.
Yeah.
And that was a good foundation, that 86, for getting you back into tin tops, because I think you guys went on to run that for a whole season of
Yeah.
endurance, and you and your father in a 3-hour, which was cool. You know, doing an event with your dad. Although
So
I think
cool.
your dad had to suck up the fact that you were quicker than him in most instances.
But that's also a pride thing for a
oh
dad.
yeah,
Yeah, you'd be happy.
He's
You'd
so
be happy.
so stoked, and,
Yeah.
and I think you got some really good family support and
Yeah.
general support. You know, when you see a talent like I think when you text me the other day, you say, is Mini Schumacher coming? Is that what you said?
Oh, something like that.
Yeah, and people liken you to, I don't know, it sounds silly, but like a mini version of Shane Van Gisbergen, and obviously being a Kiwi, to come so far in under 4 years is, pretty true credit, Yeah.
Yeah, and then from there onwards, we did the 86 in that 3-hour again, and we ended up winning the national title for the class.
I think it was B
five-
class, was it?
Class A, which was now called Class 5, which
Yeah,
is
that's
0 to 2 litre. And yeah, there was a hectic race going into 3-hour at Highlands and pissing rain. So,
How are you in the rain?
good. Once I get my head around it and stop stressing. Because, but once I got that, I think Dad had this dry first hour and a half, and then I just went in from wet to finish. But the whole end of the race was just soaking wet, and a few other cars crashing in front, but I didn't crash that time.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah, it was good to bring it home then.
That's awesome. I have done a stint on semi-slicks in the rain in my Lotus. And I was amazed with how AR1s actually. And I was amazed with the corner grip. Like, the cornering is actually not too bad. It's the braking
Yeah.
that's just terrifying. There's no brakes. They lock up immediately, and you're just sliding towards no road.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Very quickly in the wet.
Yeah, no, last Saturday, was it the last SS Cup race of the day, it was starting to piss down slowly, and I was on cold slicks. And so, but the others were driving a bit more slower than I pushed on, so I think I ended up I can't remember. I think I might.
No, you did. I think you
I won.
might have won
Yeah,
that last race, yeah.
I drove from.
I just caught the knife.
Oh, sorry.
If anyone's watching
yeah,
and
we should
everyone's
probably explain
wondering,
this.
that is a knife.
That is a serrated butter knife
Yes.
with a bottle opener in it.
Yes.
For style and function.
But we normally have 3, as you know, mainly 2. So sadly, we didn't have another mic, so we improvised and MacGyvered.
We have this.
Yeah.
Ergonomic.
It
Feels
works.
good in my hand, and it's lightweight.
And if we need to open up a bottle, we're good to go.
Done.
We're good to go.
Beautiful.
So did you win the championship at the 4th round or in the 5th round at the end?
So I had to show up for the 5th round. I mean, after the points are done, I didn't need to, but
Okay.
Just to
So
make-
theoretically, you won at the end of the 4th round.
yes, and yeah, if second place if he got more than what he actually got, but yeah, what was it? I think I had a 215 point lead going into the final round.
Okay.
You get 3 maximum points around. You get 300, so it's 75 a race win, and I just needed to finish one race basically. Which
Okay, yep.
I got second in the first race, which sealed it for me.
Sealed
then.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's actually at this point worth noting that this season that's just completed, Will didn't only run his Pro 8 spec car in the Pro 8 series, but he also double ran the car at every round in another class called SS Cup, so Sports Saloons Cup.
Is that still only RX8s or is that?
No, that's
Anything.
open to anything. It's
They
time
fucking
bracket
got-
racing.
Yeah,
Right.
they got
So-
some crazy shit in there.
Yeah,
man.
mate, they got V8 MX5s.
Yeah.
They've
600
got
horsepower 2JZ.
600
Yeah,
horsepower
man.
2JZ.
This thing was fucking belting down.
2JZ Altezza.
I didn't know how it worked.
83-year-old guy drives it, Gerald.
Yeah, man. And he's
That's
fucking,
big.
and he drives it
Hard.
hard,
That's
man.
epic.
And here's Will and his 200 and whatever horse, 190 horsepower RX8.
Uh-huh.
Cruising past.
Nice.
Corner speed, he's got
Yeah.
it.
Nice.
But I think, notable mentioning that because Will not only, because I know what it's like to drive a race car at speed, and I've been involved in motorsport myself, and even testing, and it's hard on your body, hard on your mental and physical fitness.
Yeah.
And so Will was doing 2 lots of testing, 2 lots of qualifying, and 7 to 8 races in a weekend.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh, to be 16 again.
Yeah, yeah. So he had that absolute.
Yeah.
I thought it's just worth noting because obviously we'll talk about it going on, but he also. I'll let you actually say what were your achievements in SS Cup as well throughout the entire season?
So I won the overall championship unofficially. It hasn't been announced yet, but we've done all the points and all the drop around stuff, and that has me sitting at the top. I think
Yeah.
I got second in the handicap cup, which is we have races which is the front guys, the faster guys, start at the back and get
Cool.
They
So
get a
reverse
head
grid
start.
championship.
Cool.
And we
Yeah.
chase them down. So that's a championship in its own. So I think I got second in that, and then I think I got second in A class, which is the front class. But the main thing is I took it home and won the overall championship. So
Yeah. And
That's
your
epic.
first year.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's epic.
That's let's just say
technically
in his-
as a rookie in the class.
yeah, correct.
That's nuts. So tell us about the drama in the final round.
Well, I went into this first race on Sunday with a relaxed because I've
Yeah,
done it,
100%,
and
yeah.
so I didn't really I didn't have the normal nerves and stress that you would like to actually keep you concentrated and push forward.
He was just cruising Sunday driving
Yeah.
and at Macca's.
He was doing his parade lap on race 1.
Yeah.
He was done.
So I had a first good 7.5 laps of that race. Out of an 8-lap race, I had first good 7.5 laps. Started 9th and got up to 4th. And then coming around about the corner called Pothole, which is quite a fast left-hander. And it's Pothole, so they've actually fixed it, but it usually goes down. And then I went out wide and I came in too fast and I hit the inside curb, which unsettled the car.
That was in race. No, that was in race,
Race
2.
two,
Sorry.
Too, because you're second in
Do you
race
want just
one.
before you hit that part? Do you want to fast rewind a bit and talk about your gearbox issues?
Oh yeah, so on the Friday, out of a whole basically 2 seasons of double running it up until the final round, we had a fresh gearbox and it lasted the whole season. And then Friday, I decided to get 3 laps in before it went bang. Well, it didn't go bang, but couldn't select gears. And
Good, yeah.
so we bought a spare gearbox that day, and we put that in on the ground. It was quite a lot of hard work. Not that I did much. I just supported, gave the tools when they needed it. And that went good for a day, and then decided it wouldn't get another gears, and then so that gearbox wasn't really healthy itself, and so then that night we took it to your old place and put it back on the hoist and gave it another swap to another spare that we had.
Jesus.
Midnight spares, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then didn't turn out we didn't need the gearbox that much in the next day, but at least we know the gearbox is fine.
Gearbox
Yeah,
is fine.
gearbox is good.
The
Yeah,
only
battery's
thing
good
that's
too,
fine.
but yeah.
The only thing that's
Right, so you're coming in, you're flying about a bit too high, you hit the curb.
And
Bounce it
then I stepped out, went to go catch it, turned that way, and it just went that way. And
Yeah,
it grabbed
and
over,
passenger.
corrected it. Yep, and then hit the grass and obviously slammed on the brakes trying to stop it, but just locked up and slid, and bang.
Man, yeah.
I think I hit the tyre wall at about 60, 70k, so
Which was good because initially on video,
think
it looked a lot quicker than that.
I
didn't it?
probably would have got a bit of fucking aquaplaning like off the grass quicker.
Oh,
than-
yeah.
It's funny though, as soon as you hit wet, dampish grass, you go from 80 k's to 100. It's like,
Yeah, it's like you
you're
speed up.
slowing down,
Yeah.
but it's like you speed up. The resistance so much,
Yeah.
obviously drastically less.
yeah. I think I exited the track at about 130, so I slowed down quite a
You
lot.
did well to get
Yeah.
down to 60.
Yeah.
Well, I originally thought I was missing it, and then I was like, no, I'm not. I'll run straight for it. And then, did quite a lot of damage. Got out of the car straight away, basically. It was still moving.
Yeah, I don't even think you'd stopped. Your belts were. You were like, oh, I'm getting out of this.
I was quite annoyed with myself. A few swear words going around. And yeah, that was that.
So that was
But he
race
won.
2.
Yeah.
But he won.
But you'd already got the points. So
But yeah, that was
so-
race 2 of the Pro 8 Championship. Yeah, and so obviously, sad for Will. Had done a good job. Had very consistent driver, and
Yeah.
it's just unfortunate that it ended in that sense. You know, it is what it is. But
Rather
Yeah.
do it then at the fucking when the points counted.
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, he was in cruise mode. Then it was just like someone telling him, "Oh, you're done, mate. Come on, just park it up here."
Yeah,
will you?"
that's probably why it happened, mate. You're just too relaxed. And it wasn't
Come
like
on,
you said, you weren't focused, you weren't on
If
it.
you win the next 3 races, like, oh, you're going to be way ahead in points.
And and then some nice woman in our class called Brenda Wilson. I was getting checked up in the medical bay. Dad came and said, you got to hurry up and get into this other car that was a Pro 8 car. And so I went out in that, which allowed me to win the SS Cup Championship as well. So,
Yeah,
Wow.
So you went
Very
out.
kind of
that's,
her.
that's cool.
yeah.
Brand immaculate, freshish, only a year old build car. Her and her husband run. What's his name? Is it Greg Wilson and Brenda Wilson, and I think they've got a company called Storage Plus. I think that's them. And he out of the medical bay into the next car to run SS Cup to continue the championship.
That's awesome.
Now, that's
that's
just
awesome.
that's sportsmanship.
Yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
good shit,
Like here,
mate.
you've just had an accident. You've just binned your car.
Yeah.
But hey, jump in my car, and that gave you the. If it wasn't for Brenda, you
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have got that SS Cup seal.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
cool.
the confidence boost you must have had from going from a binned car to winning a race.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
reverse grid race.
Yeah,
So it was
I
last
had-
to first.
I had to start at the back of the grid anyway because it was a
binned it.
new entered car. So
Yeah.
I had to
Oh,
start
okay, yeah.
back, and I ended up winning that race. So it
Yeah,
was,
fucking champion.
yeah.
That's unreal.
Yeah, that's
How many laps is the race? Was the race?
This was a 6-lap race.
You went from last to first in 6 laps.
Yeah.
How many on the grid?
10, 11?
No, 13, I think.
Not many.
How long's the
It's not
track?
many, and it's not a long amount of time.
3.47 kilometres.
So that's a
9
short
corners.
track.
Yeah.
6 laps.
Very technical track though. Quite technical.
Okay.
So plenty of opportunities if you right position you should go.
Yeah.
You should, depending on the other driver doesn't
Far
turn in,
out.
yeah.
Just
Yeah, well done.
impressive display of skill.
Yeah.
But to come back from
That
a medical examination to getting in someone else's car, like
Yeah.
your nerves are already high.
yeah, you're not familiar with it. I mean,
Not
okay,
familiar
for
with
me
it.
it's an RX-8, but still, setup might be a little bit different. Whatever to what you're
Seating
used to.
positions
Yeah,
different,
exactly.
pedals are different.
Yeah.
Steering wheels might not be where yours is in the right
Yeah.
depth, and belts are different. You know, the feel is different.
Yeah.
It actually felt better.
Oh, right.
I liked it. Handle better, it stopped better.
Nice.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
Good to jump in a competitor's car though and learn about it.
Well, it makes you wonder what your performance would have been if you had been in a car that was that good all season.
It was just a bit down on power, but I think the brakes on it were so much better than mine.
Oh, really?
My pedal, I was been complaining the last few rounds about my pedal going
All the
quite
way.
soft.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. I like a high pedal, so you know
too,
you
yeah.
know you've got brakes
Bit of
when you go into
confidence.
corner.
Yeah.
And yeah, didn't really have that, but I had a real high pedal and it gave me a lot of confidence in her car.
Yeah, nice. So you're doing the season again in September. You go again the RX-8 class again, yeah.
We'll figure that out later in the year.
Yep.
Not 100% yet.
Sure. So
The-
open, yep.
The season for Will certainly hasn't been without drama.
Yeah, correct.
I think round 3, the week before, tell them week before dyno stuff going into round 3, and then results of round 3. What happened there?
I think we had to give up my car for it to get checked over. Cause
Yeah, that's right.
Obviously,
People
being
were
at the
concerned.
front. Yeah. So,
Young guy, what are you doing?
Going very well, going fast, breaking records,
Mate, feel threatened.
breaking hearts.
Just, mate, just there's something not right, usual bullshit, and of course proven there was nothing wrong.
yeah, there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So then went back at it at round 4 after that and won that also. So I don't think.
I love it.
I
The
think-
car was technically inspected in the
Yeah.
third round, found to be okay. They sealed the engine up.
Yeah.
Happy days. Goes out, wins round 4.
I think pissed a few people off, but
Yeah, I think you
Of course
did.
it
Yeah.
is. Of course
well,
it is, mate.
I've got a job to do, and so I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Fucking oath, mate.
A job you did very well.
Fucking oath.
Very clinical.
Yeah. And then can we discuss all the dramas going on?
Oh, it's up to Will. What's happened since, Will?
So they are wanting, or a protest has been lodged. Not going to say names or anything.
Yep.
So they want to. Well, I've got my car and they're going to check it again, even though they've put a seal on it and nothing's changed.
Nothing's changed since the seal's been
Nothing's
put on by
changed.
the authorities, but yet people still want to throw rocks.
Yeah.
So
But
they
it's
won't
a-
cop it, and they won't accept that a young
Yeah.
kid rookie has just made them all look like fucking amateurs.
Yeah.
Absolutely impressive. And the fact, like I said, sealed engine. They've taken the car. They want to strip it and technically inspect it again.
Yeah, so they're going to break their own fucking seal to look at the car. They fucking yeah, hello.
But
Tell us a bit of fucking bit
True,
of brave
true
out
props
there.
to the committee though, because like the guys like was it Ash,
Yeah, they were
a lot of work involved for them now to do this.
Yeah.
I don't even know why they would bother. Hang on, dickheads. The seal's still on it from last time. There's nothing happened to the car, mate. Just cop the result. But no, never mind.
Oh, that's too funny. So what's the sort of future holding / looking like? Where do you want to head? What are your goals?
Obviously obviously the future that I want and will dream about is to be a V8 supercar driver or the likes of high-end career in the motorsport. So
Do a Van Gisborne or a...
James Courtney.
Scotty McLaughlin.
No, more from New Zealand. Who have we got?
Yeah.
We've got Scotty, we've got Shane, you've got Coulthard.
Yep.
Fabian. Fabian.
Yeah.
Who else have you got?
Heimgartner.
Yeah,
Heimgartner.
Yeah, so you've
And-
got a couple, and you've had a few through.
Is there still a round in New Zealand? Because there was for a bit there.
Yeah,
No.
there was. They just did one.
Pookie
Last-
Coey's
closed down last weekend.
that was the last one they just did with Van Gisborne
Last
one,
weekend.
which was huge.
Yeah, the last round for that track was last weekend.
Yep, last round, last week.
So Pickle Co's closed.
Yep.
Why? What are they
Sad.
doing?
That's a
racing.
shame because that looked like a crazy track.
Oh,
Yeah, it
man,
was
it
amazing.
reminds me of Albert Park coming through where Giz had us off today at turn
Yeah,
7.
Yeah.
Scott McLaughlin did the same thing on the
Same
last
thing,
corner.
didn't he? Yeah, and that coming onto the straight at Pookie is exactly like turn 7 at Albert Park.
Right.
Long, sweeping, come up just reminded me of that, close to the wall, no runoff, concrete barriers, a couple of TV boards, and good luck.
So how do we get you there? What's the sort of plan? What do you need to do?
Oh, I've just got an email today that I've been selected to the shortlist of the Motorsport or Elite Motorsport Academy New
Which is
Zealand.
huge, mate.
Yeah, so
Credit to
that's-
you, considering you've been around the block 2 seconds, and just again, I think they can see. Again, mate, New Zealand pumps out a lot of motorsport, man, in so many categories, and everyone thinks that they're Senna or fucking Lewis or fucking, and only a few really get there, but there's a lot of competitors, you know. I mean, New Zealand punch out a lot of fucking good. They punch them fucking well above their weight, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Scott
awesome, mate.
Dixon,
Come on,
Lachlan,
man.
Van Gisbergen has won today. He's clinical driver.
Mate,
Just goes
yeah.
out, greasy, does it, no fuss,
Yeah.
done.
But so for you to be picked out of all those people in, you know, your rookie-ish, year-ish, you know what I mean, in terms of what you've done, it's a credit to you, mate.
So what does that get you?
I
What
was
does
about to
that?
say.
I've obviously got to have an interview with them. It's not, I haven't 100% been
No,
selected.
but the fact is that they've put you on that list.
I've still been recognised. And
Correct,
Yeah.
for what you've done, mate.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
So is that like a
Good too, mate.
scholarship or?
it turns out to be.
like an academy thing,
Yeah, you
isn't
go
it?
down to Dunedin for a week and just do media, fitness and whatnot down there and learn a whole lot about that.
But they train you in all aspects of not driving, of the other stuff.
Yeah, well,
Which
as
is huge.
as James Courtney
was
was
saying,
saying
mate.
just the
It's
other
so
day
true.
that as a professional racing driver, 20% of the job is driving the car. Yeah. 80% of it is dealing with sponsors and
All that stuff,
of
mate.
that
Behind.
stuff.
And you can see how some are great and some are shit. You know what I mean? It's quite
Yeah.
amazing. And to be
Yeah.
that full package, there's only a few that have it. It's actually
Yeah.
quite amazing.
Yeah, it's almost
Whether
like
it be
the-
Formula One or V8. Racing in general, but I mean, obviously the ones we know more of is V8s or Formula One. And you look at the ones that they may not also be the best drivers, but they've got a great personality, and the cameras seem to go to them.
Correct.
And go,
Almost
you know,
like
this guy's entertaining. This guy's good. This is one gives us a lot of stuff. in
like
there.
Danny Ricciardo, just because he's
Yeah.
such a personality.
He's and
Yeah, man.
Lando
Cameras
Norris.
love him.
Lando Norris.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah.
right. You almost got to build like a persona for yourself.
Yeah.
Another thing as well, Will. What else have you just picked up with the likes of Hayden Paddon?
Oh yeah, so Hayden Paddon's made it, or I think he's had it for a few years now.
Yep.
It's called WinMax Driver Program, Junior Driver Program. So there's 6 of us, and I've been selected within that group as well. So looking forward to using what Hayden Paddon will give me in the future to, use it towards this, and hopefully.
And that's another driver academy style.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just him. He's gonna give us some sponsorship of brake pads and whatnot, and with his advice will be good.
Fantastic.
As well.
Would you
Nice.
implement that on your RX-8 if you go that way, or if you go another
Yep.
way, or whatever?
And I think the outcome of
Fantastic.
that is testing and something.
Yeah, I think all going well. I think these tests and TCRs or whatnot.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, something like that.
So different categories.
Yep.
Fantastic. TCR is big in New Zealand.
Yeah,
not
it's kind of
It sort
taken
of took off here,
for
but then it
endurance.
seemed to have
And then-
dropped. Is that all right? It took off out of the gate fucking hard.
Yep.
And you had a lot of ex-V8 guys, your Barguanas,
Yeah.
all these fucking blokes in there. And you had a couple other blokes. But then, is it dropped off? Is it still going?
I think what's killed it is
It was
the
like I
fact-
just didn't hear about it anymore.
The money killed it. You can go buy GT3 997, similar money.
Well, it's 150
It's very
grand.
expensive.
Yeah.
It is very expensive. Yeah, they pushed it really hard on the media, and when we were putting together our sponsorship package for our GT3 car, we got all the stats for all of the speed series, which is S5000,
yeah.
TCRs, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And their reach and stuff, like in terms of a crowd perspective, they were like the highest. So
Because people could relate to that as more of a everyday car.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But I think
Especially with the Volkswagen
when you
guys.
actually watch them, the actual racing itself isn't overly exciting.
Front-wheel
I don't
drive.
think.
Most of them
all
front-wheel
of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a bit of it's a hard one. The way they make it work in Europe is all the multi-class racing. You have GT3s and TCRs and
All on the
LMPs
track, yeah.
all on the track at the same time, right?
And they're running their own race within their race.
Exactly right. And then you
Always
get
something.
cool overtakes and all sorts of stuff. But when
Always
you
something going past.
Yeah.
when you just run TCR on its own, it's just a bunch of Golfs running around on the track. It's
Oh,
like,
there's some Audis in there, and some Hondas, and some Hyundais, and some.
yeah, I
Came
don't
out of
know.
the blocks real hard, man. And I
They
know-
did, they
and there was a
did, yeah.
few people that were having a little bit of sponsorship. We might sponsor them for weekends for tyres and that different series. And a few people were looking at going into it, but
Yeah.
everyone said the same thing. It's fucking not cheap, but it was getting a lot of traction at one stage. What I
Yeah,
mean?
well,
And
it is so there's the two under Motorsport Australia. You've got Supercars events and
Yeah.
you've got Speed Series events. They're the two main headline events, and TCR is the Supercars.
Of
Like they
the
are the
speed one.
headlining
Yeah.
group, right?
Support category,
So
yeah.
so no TCR like S5000 is support
Ooh.
category to TCR.
TCR.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So and you really evident when we went to Phillip Island for the Speed Series round to go and check out one of our mates who we bought our GT3 car off. You walk through the pits, and the S5000 pits were kind of like us, just 2 or 3 guys, car, maybe there's a mechanic in the screen.
Yeah.
The TCR pits were like V8 supercar pits.
Yeah, they were
Full
they were-
teams, kit out everywhere. They got the booms, everything. It was just different category, different league. I don't know why that is. I don't know what's been pushed where or how for all of those professional teams to choose TCR over.
I think it looked like on the outside, it looked like such a great category to be a part of because it was a stock car racing like supercars used to be, or like the Australian.
They're not
touring
really
car.
stock. They're all-wheel drive converted into two-wheel drive, and they're fucking.
Some of them are, some of that. Like it's pretty much it is a
some of the
factory built
cars are
shell,
all-wheel
factory
drive.
built car.
Yeah.
But the price point and the reliability aspect of it, like real good example in terms of reliability. And we were talking about this in our endurance series back home. Good friends of mine in developments, Barry Moore, crazy Scottish dude, like crazy.
Good guy.
Took a road car. He bent the rules because they kept running these TCR Golfs and endurance.
Yeah.
And they were getting slammed in the 2 litre class because there were so many other TCRs and just couldn't get there. Their R8 that they had, a GT3 R8, 2010, 2011, that car wasn't getting anywhere because it was getting taken over by the brand new LMS spec GT3 cars.
Yeah.
So these crazy bastards, and this guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He went, okay, or bend the rules. The rules said that if you had a GT3 car, factory GT3 car, you must run it in the GT3 class, right?
Yeah.
So what he did, he's thought about this, bought a road-going Audi R8, stripped the GT3 car, put everything in the road-going car bar the motor, put a 2-litre TCR motor in the R8, ran it in the 2-litre class, smoked them. Because it's not a GT3 anymore. It's a home-built race
It's a modified road
It's
car.
a home-built race
So
car.
it's an R8 with a 2-litre engine.
It's a
in it.
road-going R8 with GT3 kit, GT3 pickup points, GT3 cage.
But a 2-litre engine.
Still has a VIN number.
What about the tyres?
GT
Because GT3 tyres are like 335s.
GT3 uprights, GT3 pickup points. He pretty much grafted a GT3 into a road car with a VIN, right? And then put a Golf motor in the back of it.
Imagine if you could register
The
that.
that'd
Golf
be
motor
fucking-
had more power, more torque, was 150 kilos lighter.
What a car.
Really?
That's nuts.
Puts a TCR motor, because of the reliability, in an Audi R8.
That's just...
And it's got a sick livery sponsored by a Canyon Brewing in Queenstown.
Yeah.
We should put some photos on the podcast.
Like, that
It is
sounds
unreal.
strange.
That
sounds
is
strange.
so cool.
I've shown you some photos, haven't I?
No.
The thing's unreal.
Really?
Yep, 2-litre TCR on a GT3 R8.
Well, see, you couldn't do that shit.
Home
here.
built.
Couldn't
That
do
is
shit here.
nuts.
And
what
that's
mean,
why
just
I
even
think
that.
TCR, like I said, the reason they went away from TCR, and he still does a bit of it, is because there's that many of them now in endurance,
Yeah.
as it's becoming hard to be competitive.
Right. Yeah, which is always the case. How do you compete with 888 come in and enter a car in TCR? How do you compete with that? How do you
Well,
compete
you
with
had,
that?
you had a few, like Gary Rogers Motorsport was getting
Yeah.
quite heavy behind. There was a few teams
Yeah.
who were looking
They
at
did the
doing it.
Volvos, didn't they?
Huh? No,
They did-
no, they were running. Gary Rogers was running.
Wasn't there one of them?
fucking
Yeah.
Audi or VW or something?
No, I think it was. They were a TCR Volvo, maybe.
No, they had the Volvo and V8s
And
at one
sorry,
stage.
no, but they had a touring car. Was it the Bathurst Museum?
Yeah, they had the V8 that Scotty was driving when he was with
Was
Gary
hatchback.
Rogers.
But it might have just been another
Oh, was
endurance
it?
car or
Okay.
something. Yeah,
No, I
can't
don't know.
remember.
Yeah. Yeah. So, would you go into TCR? It's not really much of a future, is there? Really, from
Not
there,
New
from there.
Zealand, I mean, it's a lot bigger over here, obviously. But
Is it still big over here? Like I haven't seen fuck all about TCR.
It is still big.
Is it?
It is still big, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've just not really
Yeah.
heard
So
much about
do
it.
you need to come across here, or how does it all work? How do you...
Go to IMS? Does he go to IMS and just jump ship with IMS? Like they've had a lot of fucking people through their teams.
I'm just looking now at the other young names that have come up.
Because
through the
your
years.
racing's only in the South Island, isn't it?
Yeah.
So have they got their own category like that, but in the North Island?
they've got Mazda Racing Series.
So it's an RX8s.
Yep.
But in the North Island.
Yep.
So you've got a North Island championship and a South Island championship. Why don't they fucking put the two together?
Yeah, that's another story.
Well, they're
itself.
trying to do that. They're conflicting on rules a little. One runs a 17-inch wheel, one's 18s, one does this, one does that.
Okay.
Oh, really?
One's national, one's motorsport.
Yeah, one's a sanctioned series, one's not.
Really? Again, just
Fun.
silly.
Someone wants
Motorsport and
17s.
politics,
yeah,
hand in hand.
That's, politics. We're
Yeah.
getting that lately. Yeah.
Well, there's three RX8 classes. There's the national one, there's a South Island Mazda Racing, and then there's the Pro 8 one, which I did. So
Yeah.
there's two South Island, one national.
Crazy.
Crazy. But yeah, I think the stepping stones, like we're seeing younger Kiwi drivers, Callum Hedge, Liam Lawson,
Yeah, how did he do it?
stepping stones, endurance, overseas, Aussie's the
Yeah.
gateway.
Yeah.
It's the money and the cars and the scene is here.
Yeah, I mean, even like Courtney, James Courtney, he, by the time he was getting to Will's age, he was shipped off to the UK.
16, I think he left.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
was doing Formula 3s and
Well, I
Formula
mean, we
2s.
forget
and
that he was the only one world karting champion.
World karting champion. Have you done any karting?
Nope.
No. Okay. Interesting.
Honestly, you see, like you've just seen from some of the sim work we've done today with Will, like 3 or 4 laps in.
He was
he's
already
already
the
paid
yeah,
it.
he's got the skill.
already-
No
He's got
doubt
the
about
skill.
it.
All it needs is someone like Dickers or someone to go, hey, just jump
Get
in
over
this
here.
F3 car for 5 minutes, would you?
Yeah.
And it's just, we just need that hook. And
Yeah.
it'll take off. I believe very wholeheartedly, and we want to follow through and support all the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the stepping stones to V8s is what, like Carrera Cup, Super 2, 86 Carrera Cup, Super 2, V8s. Right? So,
You have to do Super 2,
So-
Super 3 to get your super license for supercars. You
yeah.
have
So,
to do
if
it.
you could get the budget to come over here and do 86s and do Bathurst. If you can blitz 86s.
But do you reckon 86 is still? I mean, we sponsor
86s is
86s,
incredibly competitive, and they race support for the V8s. So you're there on the same weekends. People are seeing if you're winning 86 races, people are seeing your name.
Every support class for supercars, maybe except the Touring Car Masters and Historics, is a feeder class.
Yep.
All the boys that have actually been getting into V8s of late have all come through the GP Dunlop 2 series, and then
You have to. Yeah, you have to get
you
your
have
super
to,
license.
That's what I'm saying. But to get, I mean, don't have to go to. Not all of them went through 86 either.
No, you don't have to.
No,
it's just a way of stepping up to Super 3 and Super 2. Career Cup's another good one, but again, budget wise.
But you get some good spot. You get
in with a good team.
Yeah.
They take you on board. Like, I mean, you look at Red Bull taking on Feeney and you've got, Tickford.
He went
taking
rookie
on
straight in main game.
Sorry?
Rookie for Feeney, straight into the main game.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Oh, he was in the Super 2.
Yeah, but still was one season though, yeah?
Yeah, but I mean, again, like Red Bull have sort of harnessed to taking him in, and they could see these young guys coming. Okay, let's just keep an eye on him, or whatever the case may be, and that's why, again, I suppose it's just a matter of. I mean, look, we're pretty blessed. We know a lot of fucking hierarchy when it comes to V8s, mate.
We do.
So
we know we're having dinner with them the other night,
mate. I mean, there's really no one we can't get hold of or call or talk to.
Yeah.
In the highest of high when it comes to V8s.
All comes down to your backing and your support from family and sponsors, and it's probably a good opportunity. Who are your sponsors? Who have you got behind you?
So I've got Ranger Specialist Coatings, and it's a Tamaroo business. Got Tamaroo Motors.
Yep. Ford and Mazda.
Yeah.
Tamaroo Motors. That's
Tamaroo Motors. That's
Wayne.
Yeah, Melissa. Wayne. Melissa's dad.
Awesome, yeah.
Got you guys.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
What else we got? I forgot.
Mike Puro.
Mike Puro, Tamaroo.
Trying to think who's on the car now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
Benzina.
Sponsors will be happy.
Yeah, Benzina. United Car Care.
Yeah, United Car Care, Benzina. Benzina magazine.
Benzina.
Yeah.
Need a picture
I don't know. It's a good looking car.
It's a good looking
Too busy
car.
looking at the livery, not the logo.
Actually stands out.
It does. It's the white, the blue, and the yellow, and it does.
Beautiful.
It just stands out. It really, really does. It's a good styling and design. It really does stand out amongst the crowd of the other cars when you're in front anyways half the time.
Yeah, well, that
90%
helps.
of the time.
Yeah, that helps.
So, but yeah, no, it's a good looking car. Will you keep the colour scheme the same, or again depending on your sponsors and so on and how they go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it only takes a good couple sponsors to get behind them and go, yep, cool, let's get you somewhere. Let's get you to Oz. Let's get you in this. Let's try.
Yeah. Come sleep on our bed. Do some races.
Yeah, and natural progression from there will just be other people's uptake, because I think fantastic natural ability.
Yeah.
I mean, four laps on the sim.
And doing threes.
Yeah, because going fast on the simulator is easy for anyone with enough practice. But to jump onto an unfamiliar simulator where you're not like in a platform that you haven't raced, so you're not familiar with the dynamics of how that particular game works and everything else, and 4 laps in to be going that quick.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's putting all us to shame pretty quick, eh?
Well, I haven't raced yet, so.
How about you put your laps in?
No, that was just
Practice.
fucking practice.
You just put time on the board just to practice.
No time on the board. No, I haven't done it properly yet.
Yeah, so we might go and after this we'll film his 3 laps. We'll get them on the board.
This poor bugger, man. He's been up since 3 a.m.
I know, but it's now or never,
3
right?
a.m.
So,
He's almost done a 24-hour stint, mate, and he's jet-lagged. We'll give it a go.
Welcome to YTG.
This is the handicap he has to get to
correct,
potentially...
exactly right, to give the rest of us a chance.
We have to wake his poor dad up who's asleep on the couch next to this. Long day.
Oh, mate.
All right, well, I think we're actually coming up to an hour anyway. Yeah, we are. So I think that's probably a good place to end it.
So when do you go back, though? You go back on Sunday?
Yep.
No,
After the Formula 1.
Oh, yeah, actually, that just quickly before we finish, that's probably a good thing to highlight. The reason Will is here is a surprise kind of cooked up between some family, his dad and I, to get him to the GP that's on this weekend as part of his You did it.
Yeah.
2 championships.
Because you haven't been to
fucking
the
champion.
GP, have you?
Nope.
Yeah, champion.
Never seen supercars live. Never seen Formula One.
Awesome. And we'll get him
Wow.
into the pits with James Courtney, hopefully. So, yeah, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, that's
great.
grouse, mate. Well, welcome to our shed. We're excited and really proud of what you've done, mate, and looking forward to getting behind you even more in the new season. And, mate, yeah, utilise whatever we can do to help you on the journey, mate. But, yeah, congratulations on an amazing rookie year and fucking sticking it to them, mate. Champion. Love it.
Thanks
So,
for all your support.
Yeah, mate, we're going to be here for a long time, mate. So thank you for coming.
Thanks.
And thank you for bringing them over, brother. Well
Yeah,
done.
it's just looking forward to staying behind Will and pushing him through for many years to come.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I think it's a long way to go, and it'd be cool to be along for the journey.
Yeah, exactly right.
I think it'd just be cool. Go from grassroots through to wherever you end up, Will, whether it's supercars,
Yeah.
Formula One, Carrera,
You're going to end up somewhere, mate. High.
somewhere high.
High, yeah,
You
mate.
need to buy a 10% stake in him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we want
we're
earnings.
working something out. We're working something out,
Yeah,
mate.
we'll work something
Mate, I'm getting that many fucking applications for sponsorship. Fucking hell. Mate, everyone thinks we're making a fucking fortune. We're not. We're just spending what we have, different areas to fucking other things. But no,
Help who
I'm-
you can when you can. To
Yeah,
get where
man,
they
and that's
wanna be.
mate,
Yeah.
everyone knows me. That's what I'm about, mate. You know what I mean? It's like I said, mate. We don't have yachts and jets and shit like that. And it's not our thing. So where we can, we'd rather give and help. And yeah, that's what it's about. So yeah, no, mate. We're looking forward to supporting you more, mate. Done. Welcome.
That'd be
Thank
awesome.
you again.
Put my knife down.
Put the knife down, mate. That's not a knife. Thank you all. Go, Lewis.
Go,
See you on the next
yeah,
one.
let's see what happens.